All right, so I'm doing this because this is something that I've been trying to fix on our camper, and um, I couldn't find a lot of information on, so I thought this might help some of you all. So we've got this Magic Chef uh, camper. This is in a Geo Pro, but I'm suspecting that this is used in various other models. Um, One of my LEDs here had burnt out after very little use. Um, and we were able to get this replacement module from Forest River. Here's actually, I'll put the part number on there so you can see it in case you can find it elsewhere. Um, what you have here, so the biggest part I struggled with was trying to get to the light. So I thought there's two screws here that I haven't put back in. I thought the front plate would come off and I'd be able to do it, but that's not the case. What you have to do is remove the back plate here. That's probably different for every camper, but for the stove itself, there's four screws that hold the stove top. Pop those screws out, and the whole assembly kind of lifts up and slides back. So there's like a cleat almost that you can get that whole stove top off. Here's what it looks like. Also, you'll notice a bunch of these little things have broken off. They're fairly inadequate. They're to keep the metal grates from resting right on there. I'm going to put just a silicone strip under there, and that should be good enough. I'm not going to keep buying those. But what you have back here is you've got all your connections. You will have to cut a zip tie or two, but they actually had a crimp-on connector. I didn't have any on hand, so I just put a twist on and hope it stays on. It should be okay. So you've got to undo the appropriate connector for the light. Then on the front, you're also going to have, I probably should have done this a little bit better, but there's 3 screws. This lets the light out, but then there's 2 screws that hold the bezel on. And the problem is there's a little slot here that isn't big enough for the connector to come out with the light. So what you have to do, the easiest way I found, is right here there's a clamp similar to this one, but there's one screw with a clamp, and that gives you a little bit of wiggle room. And if you get this just right, you're able to position it so that you can get the connector out the provided slot and not have to disassemble a bunch of stuff. So after I found out how to do it, it was relatively easy. I hope this helps you all out. Thanks.